Good morning, good evening, or good night to the lovely people watching. Great things takes time. Don't rush the process. No matter what you are doing in life, whatever you're trying to accomplish, don't rush it. Because if you rush the process, the end result will be awful. I remember when I was starting off one of my old business ideas, I rushed the entire thing and expand a month. And then, what is it called? End result was low quality garbage. I didn't sell anything and I just gave up on that sort of business model. And that was my own fault because I watched an influencer speak about a business model and I followed exact his blueprint, but I didn't get any results of it. So I just gave it up. That is one of the things my generation is struggling with. Our attention span, expectations, and in general, our view on the worldwide is complete and utterly insane. We expect everything on a silver platter. Our attention span is so fucked up because social media, doom scrolling, and all this sort of shit just in general has zapped our vision. Our view and perspective about life is that we expect everything to come to us. What my generation struggles with is that if you want something out of life, you need to work for it. The old generation has this mindset of when you work hard towards something, you will get it. But it takes time. If I want to build an aesthetic body, it takes time, materials, resources, money. If I want to become a great YouTuber, it will take time. If I want to be a successful business owner, I need to plan. Resources, money, failures bound to happen. But the one greatest mistake is giving up, rushing the process. But we live in such a modern world with such a high pace that my generation struggles at times to even sit down and enjoy the small things. But there is a solution. If you cut away social media, your attention span will start to grow and your perspective about life will become better. Our own, call it downfall, is mostly to blame ourselves. And you can say that, oh, but I'm struggling to pay rent and I work 2 jobs. Welcome to life. So do I. I work 2 jobs in order to make shit go round. Yes, I still complain at times that it's tough. And yes, I've had my fair share of downfalls. I'm not here to sit and compare lives or hear mope around or feel sorry for myself. It is tough. That is life. But there's small moments in between that makes up for all this shit. Because in about 2.5 hours, no, actually 1.5 hours, I'm supposed to be at work. A 7-hour shift today. Okay. I have to go through the entire process. I'm doing these jobs for the money's sake. I will nowhere in life where I want to go. And that's my issue, my problem. I know where in life I want to go overall, but I need to work for it. I'm working these different jobs to make things go around. But when I'm at work, I'm working. I'm doing my tasks, I'm doing what I'm supposed to, but I'm not rushing it, even though when my managers or my boss is telling me to pick up the pace. I do it in my own tempo, and I'll do it whenever in a fashionably order so things are most efficiently. If it's rush hour, then I would get it. But at the same time, I'm not having the piece of shit mindset where, oh, I'm not getting paid enough to do this stuff anyway, so might as well just sit down and relax. You're at a job to get paid to do the stuff that you need to be done. Fair enough. But you don't need to rush the process anyway. And I get the mindset, I'm not being paid enough to do so much and be expected to do so much. Well, we got hired by a company. They expect us to do things for minimum wage. Fair enough. Least we can do is make the best out of it. When I'm coming home from work, then I'm following through the rest of my plans towards the day. But I'm not rushing it. When I bike home, I enjoy the process of grabbing my bike, unlocking it, and then biking home in a nice manner and a good tempo, because I'm listening to good music and just vibing. When I get home, I'll park my bike and I'll get in the front door. I'll unlock the front door, get inside, put my shoes in place. But I'll have the rhythm where it's a normal pace for me. And if you're coming back with saying, but I'm working in the main capital, or I'm working in the city, so I need to make sure that I get to the train early on. I need to make sure that these sort of things. Everyone has their own struggles, but there are also solutions to all the problems we have. But it will take time. For example, I don't look that big. I lost a lot of muscle mass because of prioritization recently. My own fault. Life throws something my way, I just gotta deal with it. But at the same time, just don't rush things. You have a business model as an example that you want to follow through with. Don't rush it. You have struggling with finding time for certain things. Well, narrow it down to understand what you're wasting your time on. My generation is whack because there's a mixture of people that are old mindset, basically they're blue collar workers, or then you got people that complain about everything, but they have everything. What do you mean, what they have everything? Well, okay, think of it. My generation, we're grown up as we have a roof above our head, our parents work jobs, there's food in the fridge, you have a bed to sleep on, and you have a phone. And you have electricity, you have a toilet to go to, you can have a shower, you can go to the gym. The fuck are we complaining about? But it's lonely. Yeah, it's lonely because we're not doing shit about it. We need to make time for things in general. Yes, I can sound like a complete asshole when I'm saying this, or this brutal facts, but that's just how perspective about life is. It is harsh, it is hard. And let me tell you something. Not to feel sympathy towards myself, or not to gain any sort of, oh, I feel sorry for you sort of thing. No. There was a period of time in my life where I tried to kill myself. I got through it alone. I had to deal with that shit alone. It wasn't before a period of time after where I sought out help. I'm going to a psychologist to figure out what's wrong with me, with my mental health and overall. But at least I'm doing something about it. That is what my generation is lacking. When we're facing a problem, we have a tendency to just bundle up and just wait for mommy and daddy to fix it for us. I'm 23 years old. Whenever there's a problem in my life that I'm facing, I need to fix it on my own. Of course, I can ask for help, like if there's, let's say, I break my bike on accident. Cool. Dad and I will fix that together. He's a man. He knows how to fix shit. And I want to be a man too. I want to fix shit. But the same goes for the quote that I say at the end of every single video. It is you versus you, fuck everyone else, but seek guidance when you need it. On a daily basis, it is you versus you. And completely honesty, fuck everybody else. We need to stop seeking validation. We need to stop trying to fit in everywhere. And I'll tell you something. I tried to fit in with every single place, but it ended up drowning me and burned me out. When I started to become myself and I started to sit down and I said, you know what, I'm getting a backbone and I'm starting to say no. Well, that happened. What do you think happened? I lost friends. Relationships ended. Some of it are my own fault, and that's fine, but I carry these failures with me so I can learn from them to grow. And another thing. Why do you want to be like everyone else? Why do you want to rush the process? Because think about it. Take an influencer that I actually like, Togi. He just doesn't give a fuck. He just does his own thing. He's a multimillionaire because he gambles. He takes steroids, and maybe he's not the best sort of, what is it called? Best judgmental influencer for everyone. But he just does his thing and he doesn't give a fuck. So should you and I. Even though we're standing in the life position of you and I are working in a 9 to 5, we still need to make the very best out of it, and we need to chase our dreams and goals. Back to the trying not to fit in or rush it. The best example I have is my hobbies. My art, Pokemon collection, Warhammer 40k collection. When you start a project or when you start collecting your hobby or whatever, what happens? You start off small. The same goes for when you're trying to quit certain addictions, or in general, if you're trying to become better at something. You start off small. When I started my Pokemon collection, I bought one pack because I was fascinated. This was years ago when I started my collection. I remember very, very well that the first pack that I bought on my own, it was Sun and Moon base set. Paid for it. And I got absolutely dog shit. I mean, I didn't get hit or anything of value. But when I started off, it was fascinating because when I opened the Pokemon packs, it was like, oh, okay, I have never done this before on my own. Okay, 1, okay, cool. 2, I knew it was 10 cards in the pack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it wasn't ever about how much money I spent on the pack itself. It was never about the value of the cards itself. It was about the enjoyment of the moment itself. Because think of it. The reason I'm putting it this way is for you to get a better understanding of the bigger picture of life. When we work, we trade our time for money. But they tell that we need to make money work for us. At some point in our life, we will get to that when we learn the concept about money. But I traded, so let's say take hourly wage, basically $20 an hour. Traded an hour of my life to get $20 from a company. Fair enough. Then I spent $4, $5 on a Pokemon pack back in the day. But it was enjoyment of 30 seconds. Even though I worked an hour of my life, in my mind, it still made up for 30 seconds of enjoyment, because these sort of packs, these sort of hobbies, what I have chosen to use to buy in my spare time, and makes me happy. And then you can ask the big question, Okay, fine. You sat here and talking about that I need to not rush the process. I need to be patient and I need to plan something. Okay, but how? How do I figure this out? Cool. You're my age. You need to figure out what the hell you want out of your specific life. Because most of us have just been living on fucking autopilot. Most of my generation, we go to a school because our parents taught us to, or told us to. Many people admit they're drinking every single weekend, wasting their paycheck from weekend to weekend. And at the end of the week, or at the end of the month, they're curious where the hell the money went. Instead of spending so many hours on TikTok, Instagram, and so many platforms, just cut it off. If you're trying to aim to become an influencer or you're posting on a daily basis like I am on YouTube, then you do that, then you chase these sort of dreams, right? But me posting on social media, yes, YouTube is a social media platform. I'm sitting here and actually making a YouTube video, but I'm sacrificing, and then that's it. And then I maybe watch a course or another YouTube video on how to become better at certain areas and aspects of life, but it is correlated with my goals. Takes maybe 20 to 30 minutes on my daily basis in the morning. Fair enough, good. That is aligned with my goals. If you have, oh, I want to become strong in the gym, okay, look at your screen time on your phone. 2 hours. What is those hours going to? Cool. You can actually cut that off by starting to go to the gym. But again, you need to start small. You can't just rush into it and think, yeah, I'm going to do exactly like all these professional gym lifters. I've been going to the gym consistently for years now. Yes, my strength level is not maybe at the same as some people my age that are fucking jacked. But I got strength, I got speed, and I got mobility, and I'm pretty proud of that. Especially with speed. My cardio was actually pretty good, to be fairly honest, compared to a lot of people my age. But it doesn't take a lot to begin at all. I don't have the money to go to the gym. Shit, start at home then. That is the thing. You have an issue or something that you're trying to face. Don't rush it. Take your time. But you need to understand that if you want something, you need to sacrifice something. But you didn't explain how I'm supposed to succeed in life. You need to understand the simple concept that you need to understand where you want to go. If your dream requires school, then you go to school. If you're going to school because your parents told you to, you're wasting time. Let me tell you something. I'm not expecting you at the same age of me to figure out life. Even though I sit here and tell you to go out and figure shit out. But you need to go out there and make an effort. For example, the other day, I was climbing a tree. I was rushing it. For what reason? I don't know. I didn't take my time. What happened? I fell down. So I tried again, but this time with technique. I jumped up. I placed my foot here. I circled around with my hand and started to push upwards. Then things started to become better for myself. Then I moved on to the next step, climbing up. And when I was climbing down, I took my time. That is today's YouTube video. Take your time and don't rush the process. It is you versus you. Fuck everyone else, but see you guys when you need. Take care.